Ian Greenstreet said, "Hi Craig, are we going to sign anyone?" I don't know. I've paused there to try and answer your question because I want to believe we are, of course, but I don't know if I'm deluding myself by even thinking we might sign somebody, mate. You know, it is incredibly disappointing in this window to see owners not giving a damn, and I'm glad, as somebody said, I'm glad they're getting called out for it, because how on earth they can think that this is in any way acceptable is just, quite frankly, amazing. When you see so many journalists writing, it was Zubimendi or no one, that Liverpool aren't even looking, contemplating, it was him or nobody. What way is that to run a football club? I get they want to be picky. I get that, you know, you don't want to start signing 4th, 5th, 6th choices. But how many years does it take to find a player? We were told everything was in hand. 2 to 3 signings coming in. Big August. Here we are now, officially, to the day, 2 months into this summer's transfer window that closes in 16 days. Nothing. Nada. Zip. Not even a sniff of anybody coming in to improve the first team. Yet the manager has come out and said he'd be amazed if there wasn't signings, he expects them. Our captain has come out and said it. But the journalists, well, some of them are briefing, I don't know, that Liverpool aren't going in to do anything in the market on a 6. And that is unacceptable. Because every year this position has been kicked down the road. We brought in Endo and wasted that money last year. Now, I'm not saying we wasted it because Endo didn't do a good job. We did. But he was never the longer term solution, so it was always stick and plaster money. It was a lot of money to put down and waste, right? For somebody the new gaffer doesn't believe in. You can see that from his team selection and his lack of minutes really in pre-season. And the fact that he was told that he's free to find another club until we shit the bed with Zubimendi. How can... I feel so guilty with what I'm about to say. I really do. But I have to be consistent. How can James Pearce write on the Athletics deal sheet that sources say that Liverpool aren't actively looking to bring in a goalkeeper in this window, and then matter of hours later, or even around the same time, people were writing about Liverpool in negotiations, and then here we are a day later and it's everywhere. So again, who are they? Do they not care about their own reputations? Because that's going to come back and be brought up over and over and over and over again. Why would you even write it? Like, I know James knows that we were looking at Georgie Mamardashvili because he said it. So to then go on and say that Liverpool aren't actively, like in the same sentence, I'm going to go back over this and read out exactly what he wrote because it's so baffling to me. He said, Liverpool have been monitoring Valencia's Georgian international, Georgie Mamardashvili, but as things stand, they're not looking to recruit a goalkeeper in this window. How can you lie to a fan base like that? And that's what it is. Because we all knew we were talking with them. Even us idiots that don't have these sources knew that we were talking with them. I'm astonished. Let me bring up this super chat on screen for you, my friend, 1 second. So Katsande said, it's the fact that the club treats us as idiots. I'm angry. My team acting like losers. I'm waiting till the end of the window to decide to watch the season. That's what they're banking on. They're banking on the season kicking off on Saturday, hoping we get a win away at Ipswich so the good vibes are there in the fan base. We're all happy the season's back underway. Arne Slot picks up his first win. And then they'll just ghost slowly through and do the bare minimum until the window's shut. And then the manipulation will start all over again with the promise of brighter days, journalists being briefed about big windows. And again, like you've said yourself there, Katsande, we're being spoken to like we're idiots. Like idiots. They've no respect for us, the fan base, who are having to read this drivel from journalists that know damn well what they're writing's horseshit. Carl said, there are plenty of us that have always agreed with you about the owners for a while now. This is why Klopp left. It's not rocket science. Even I, mate, Carl, as outspoken against the owners in the transfer market as I've been, even I thought we'd get those 2 or 3 signings this window. I thought there's surely no way that they have the neck to not get this done. to not sort out the sixth position. Finally, when article after article was written to say how it's so important that we strengthen this position, now all of a sudden, everything they told us about with regards to promising youngsters, developing them, well, we're flogging them. Now, you can say we sold Bobby Clark, we put back a buyback option in it, 17.5% sell-on clause as well, but is he going to be in a rush to come back if he does well at Salzburg, with the club having got rid of him already? And why not just loan him to Salzburg? Why do we have to bring the cash in when we're not doing nothing with it? That's a question I'd love an answer to. So if we're not doing deals, why are we then pumping up the bank balance with promising youngsters departing? Carvalho gone. 18.5 million quid in wages saved from last year, on top of the money we've brought in. And these clowns have brought in nobody. I already want this season over. Laughing stock, said Paul Lorenzo. It's tough, isn't it, Paul? It's tough, mate. You know, it is. It's hard to sit here and be optimistic, you know. Of course we're going to get behind the manager and the players. This doesn't trickle into match days. That's a separate thing. We've every right to be angered, frustrated and let down by these owners. Players and the manager, that's a different situation altogether. We'll be behind them 100%, as we always are. But these chancers over in Boston, they need to be called out for their nonsense. If this doesn't finally trigger a few people into speaking up, then we know what side their bread's buttered on. They want jam on both sides of the bread. Kyle said journalists need to sell memberships and sell the BS for drama, but it looks and ruins their own reputation. So if I'm a journalist, right, and I was writing an article, which, by the way, if I was writing it would be full of errors grammatically everywhere, wrong, why would I write something that I know is incorrect? It's going to hinder my own reputation. I don't care if my publisher is pushing me to write something. Ultimately, it's my name that's on that piece if I'm a journalist. And I know that James Pearce is a good man. James Pearce is a really, really lovely guy. And he's always done his bit for fan channels, never looked down his nose at them. And I honestly really do like him. But I'm baffled how we can write that. 15 million saved in wages. Caicedo money still have 50 million left. Plus 50 million raised this summer. Told Gomez and Endo they can leave for the right money. And don't forget to put in Sepp van den Berg there as well, as being told he can leave for the right money. And now about to turn dependent on them. FSG out. Right, you know, I've said this a lot, mate, when you've posted, but I don't really have anything to disagree with on that. You know, we're using Joe Gomez as a potential make-weight in the Gordon deal. That never happened. So he knew that. So now he's going to look around and think, if the right offer comes in, am I really part of the plans here? He probably is, but is he part of the plans on a every week starting basis? Not so sure about that. So he's maybe upset. Waturo was definitely informed that the club would listen to offers for him. That's why the whole stuff about the Marseille bid came out into the media 2 weeks after it happened. So obviously Liverpool can ratchet up some more interest. That hasn't happened. Nobody wants to pay the money for Sepp van den Berg, who again is pretty much being told he's available. Eindhoven are walking away because they can't get up to the 20 million Liverpool want. Mainz are holding out, hoping they can get him on loan again. And Carvalho, who actually scored 2 goals in pre-season and looked okay, was also shipped off. So, yeah, lots of that, mate. We're somehow making money in this transfer window. It's madness.